old in my bed when Bridget came over to me and told me all those things about how she feels about you. It really made me feel very guilty.
Why would you feel guilty?
Because you're leaving because of me. It's not fair. It really isn't if you found a place where you belong and a family. And Bridget needs you and you need her, and so it's just...
And what about you? What do you need?
That's not the subject.
Okay, you're concerned about Bridget. I am too. What should I do about it?
Why don't you call her? Why don't you just use the telephone and call her up and tell her that you've changed your mind and that you're going to stay?
Okay, on one condition. If you tell me out loud right now that that's what you want to.
Okay. It's true. I want you to stay. You know what? There's just got to be some way to get you out of here without everybody seeing you. How'd you...
You could go out through the window like I came in if you want.
You came in through the window?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, that's not going to work right now because this room is directly over the dining room. And they're all down there munching away. And if someone were to glance up from their dinner and see Spider-Man descending, I don't think it would work very well. I think we're just going to have to wait, you know, till they've all finished eating. Maybe until they've all gone to bed.
Okay. It's all right with me. I still have a lot of questions I want to ask you. A lot of things that I don't know about.
Really?
Really?
Okay, I'll tell you my life story, all right? You can ask me a question, any question, I'll answer it.
Okay, well, why don't we start with you telling me how sleeping pills got in the aspirin bottle?
Huh. Okay. I'll tell you. There was a time in my life when all I really wanted to do was escape. And that's when I became hooked on tranquilizers. And so I did what all addicts do. I hid my pills. I lied. I tried to outwit all the people who were trying to help me. I really have forgotten about that time. But I guess the pills must have been stuffed in the back of the cabinet, and when you sorted through everything to move it, there they were, just ready to get me with their nasty little memories.
Well, I guess sort of lucky that they were there. I wouldn't have passed out on your floor, and I wouldn't be here right now with you.
Okay. It's my turn to ask you a question.
No, I'd rather ask you the questions.
Hey, come on. It's simple. It's easy. We'll play a game. It has a real name. It's called Favorites. It's where we both get to tell each other our favorite things.
Oh, well, that's easy for me. I mean, your hair, your eyes, your lips.
You sit there. I'll sit here. Okay? Come on.
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite book?
Catcher in the Rye. What's yours?
Love in the Time of Cholera. Do you know it?
No, I don't.
I'll get it for you. It's really nice.
Thanks.
Your turn.
Favorite cigar?
Well, it's got to be the one on my knee. Because, I was so brave that they gave me a triple-decker ice cream cone. Your turn.
Well, you tell me. I mean, you know where they all are.
Wait a minute. That's not how the game goes.
Okay, I guess it would probably be the one on my elbow. And I got to wear a cast, and all the kids got to sign it. You probably thought I was going to say the one on my...
I don't want to hear about that one. Favorite childhood memory.
Oh. Probably the time that I hid on the floorboard of the backseat of my dad's car. And he didn't realize I was back there till he got to Grand Rapids. By then it was too far to turn back, and well, after he got over being ticked off at me, he decided to let me go on some of his business calls with him. I think he actually got a kick out of it. I got to stay in the hotel room with him, spend the night, eat peanuts and candy out of the little bar. It was a good trip. Well, next category. Favorite dream.
Well, it was about a year or two after my mother died. And I dreamt that I was standing on a railroad platform. And it was dusk. It was hot. And the train came in and I looked up. And there was my mother. She was looking out the window and she was smiling. Sure was a whole lot easier when you were lying in my bed unconscious and I had to pretend you were a foot spasm.
What?
Well, Joshua came to the door and you were out cold and you had a bedspread and a pillow over you. And he knew that there was something strange because I was acting so peculiar. So he kept trying to get in the door and I kept trying to talk him out of get him going. And I'd almost gotten him down the corridor and there was this tremendous crash. And I had to pretend that it was my foot. And that I had a reflexive foot spasm from muscle cramps.
What?
Oh. They might hear us.
You think it's safe for me to crawl out the window yet?
No. They're having coffee.
Well, then I think you better come up with another game.
Okay. I will. You just go call Bridget and tell her that you've decided to stay. And then I'll do my very best to think of another game.
I can't wait to see what you come up with. So I almost ran over this guy right in the middle of the road. I didn't see him until I got right up on him. So I get out of the car, and I yell at him, and he doesn't respond. He's just looking straight ahead, not looking to the left, not looking to the right, just straight ahead, not moving. So I'm thinking, this is weird. So I start walking towards the guy. And when I get close enough to him to reach out and touch him, he spins around, grabs my arm, and calls out my name. To be continued.
Horrible.
Well, that way you have to invite me back to hear the rest of the story. Now it's your turn. You tell me one. How about a love story?
Once upon a time, there was a woman who was lonely and confused and unhappy about her life. And she went for a boat ride. She fell off. And she was rescued.